Here, first team manager Chris Search after the final day of the season here, 2-1 win against Welling. First of all, Searchy, fit and way to end the season?
Yeah, fantastic, mate. I think it's just deserved from the boys. I thought the boys were excellent today, and they've been tremendous for me throughout the season. You know, so you know, we challenged them before the game to make sure they went out and got the 3 points and finished as we started the season. You know, we started obviously with a win against Dorking, which really give us the belief that this group could do something. And obviously we ended it, you know, with a fantastic 2-1 win against Welling, you know, coming from behind. So you're brilliant. I'm delighted for the group.
Of course, Louis went off early with an injury. Any updates as to what went wrong?
Yeah, Louis before the game was struggling with his breathing a bit, like almost like a bit of an anxiety sort of attack. You know, I don't think it was anxiety, but that's obviously the sort of symptoms. So Abby, you know, more of a precautionary thing, thought to take him off. And obviously we had to reshuffle. Blackie went into centre half, which he's done before, and Popo switched to right back and Payne into left back. So we had to make early changes, but you know, to be fair, we was aware of Louis struggling before the game, so it was just such action in, you know, when he fouled as he did, just us putting into action what we had teed up.
Of course, Alex Hernandez back-to-back starts now. Your son Ben Search starting. Must be good to get to this point in the season, give the opportunity to youngsters.
Yeah, I think both Alex and Ben, as you say, Alex back-to-back, you know, well deserved. I thought he'd done well Tuesday. You know, he's coming, hasn't played any minutes, so Alex obviously on Tuesday wasn't match fit, if you like, a bit of a pre-season type game for him, I felt, in terms of his fitness levels, but he was excellent, you know, good quality. I thought he didn't show that he hadn't played for 8-9 weeks, and the same with Ben today. He come in and didn't look out of place. You know, I'm delighted for the pair of them. I think it's, you know, it was important that we looked at these boys. We've got Sam Carter as well that will be in and around it next year. So we've got 3 guys from sort of the 18s when I was involved that will be very close to the first team next year. As I said before, you know, if they're good enough, the age is irrelevant. So it's good to get them in the mix, and hopefully it's something that we can try and push for next year. As I say, I'm really delighted that they didn't look out of place and held their own against a very strong winning side.
Of course, you touched on that. It must be great for you to, obviously, when you work to the 18s, to work with them same players here.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I know what they're about. I've never doubted their ability. It's just sometimes, you know, their maturation levels. You know, are they going to physically develop into players that can compete at this level? Because, you know, you saw Harvey Bradbury tonight as an example. You know, just, you know, he's an absolute beast for them today. You know, was smashing people. You know, real dogged performance from him. And, you know, against someone that's maybe 19 and probably not mature physically. You know, are they going to be able to compete against players like that? So for them to go out there and show that they can compete on physically, and obviously that, you know, I don't doubt their technical ability. You know, it's brilliant. So yeah, I'm really pleased for them. And as I say, it's up to them now to go and show us in pre-season what they're about, and nail down a shirt or being around it for the group next year, or not, as the case may be. You know, if they come up short, then so be it. You know, but you know, we'll make sure that we can push them as best we can, because, you know, I know Ant's very keen. You know, the ex-chairman who's still heavily involved here, and as are the committee. It's nothing better than having someone through the youth system coming through into the first team. You know, I think we've won from under 13s to under 18s. I think we were the 5 or the 6 county cups, I think it is. I think we won half of them. Yeah. You know, so there's quality in this club. There's quality in and around it. So we need to make sure that we can help these boys develop. You know, like Ben, Alex and Sam have been out playing step 4, Alex step 3. So it's important that they buy into what we want to do as a process. It's not quite straight easy to come from 18s into the first team here. So they have to go out and buy into the process that we want from them. You know, they need to go and earn their stripes in men's football, and of course once they've done that, once we've seen they bought into what we want, and then we see them develop, them they will get a chance at this football club.
Of course, Greeny, the match winner again today, seems to do it time and time again. It must be brilliant to have a player that can step up at big moments.
Yeah, Danny's been superb for me. You know, he's more than just a player for us on the football field. I've said this before. He's my lieutenant, my left-hand man on the field. You know, I speak to Danny a lot. It's been, you know, for me, having only managed youth football, to actually have someone with his character and his know-how around the group, and to help me, you know, there's nothing better than to lean on him for a bit of advice at times, a little bit of detail that we might miss as coaches, and I might miss as myself. You know, like obviously, you know, it's the first year at this level, so I don't underestimate, like, my knowledge isn't going to be the greatest. You know, we're trying to learn and evolve week in, week out. So to have Danny there that I can bounce things off, and him bouncing things off me. You know, I'm very much a manager and a coach that wants to hear what the players have to say. You know, it's not, I don't want to run with an iron fist. You know, so it's important. I've got players like Danny, Willow, Popo, a bit more Blackie, a bit of the experience in the group to help this young group. They've been fantastic this year. Their average age, I think, is probably the lowest in all of the national leagues.
Yeah.
So for them to compete and achieve what they have this year, with a couple of results going our way, with 10 points off the playoffs, so it's fantastic from this group.
Of course, that result means we've solidified 12th in the league. I know you got higher ambitions, but are you satisfied with that? And how can you build on that for next season?
12th or 14th?
12th, 13th, I think. 13th,
okay, I think maybe 14th. But yeah, I think it's going to be hard. We gave opportunities to players that maybe haven't been doing it at other clubs. They've come in here and they perform well. Nana, as an example, I've got Blackie, stepped up. He's been, player of the season for the fans, and he's going to be there or thereabouts for other awards this year. Greenie as well, But we had our meeting, end of season meeting with the committee the other day, and it's going to be obviously our budget's our budget, So we need to sell them a story that's not just financially orientated. It's very much they try and buy into what this club's about, what I'm about, and what my coaching staff's about. And sometimes, we're hoping obviously it doesn't boil down to 25 quid here and there, because I think it doesn't always have to come down to money. Sometimes it's more than that. So if we can retain the group we've got with the budget that we've got, and give us one more crack, that's what I'm asking, is one more year to see what we can do. It's a big learning curve for us. We've come in here, we've made mistakes, absolutely, and we've done some great things. And if we can eradicate our mistakes as a management team, and the players that have played, Mams and Jaden playing, 30 games for probably Mams, 40 games for Jaden at 20 and 18 in National League.
Yeah.
Miles at 19 playing 40 National League games. These boys will have the experience next year that if we can keep that group together, then it's only going to strengthen us. So I'm just asking, that's the dream that I'm trying to sell, is just asking for one last year to see what we can actually do as a group.
Love it. Cheers, Sergio.
Thank you, mate.